In a world where social media dominates almost all of our lives, there's no surprise that dating apps dominate them too. Apps like Tinder, Bumble, Grindr, and Her are pretty much the only way for college students to meet other people, whether they're looking for their one true love or a one-night stand.
Each day, 1.6 billion devoted Tinder users log on looking for love. Every day, 26 million matches are made.
In a study of 3,800 millennials, it was found that 72% of them use Tinder. But of that 72%, how many actually go on dates?
According to the same study, 70% of users have actually never been on a date, proving that Tinder is just another form of social media we forget to use. Only 4% of Tinder users say that they use the app to look for a relationship.
Actually, about 44% of Tinder users say they're only on there for a good old-fashioned confidence boost. After all, what's more flattering than a super like? But among the limited dates that do happen, there are bound to be some terrible ones. You might even call them horror stories.
In the dangerous world of online dating, some college students are willing to risk it all for love. These are their stories.
I have a Tinder horror story. Alright, so I started talking to this guy on Tinder. He was pretty cute and he worked at Disneyland, which I thought was adorable. We had some good conversation, so I gave him my Snapchat and we started talking there. Again, we had some good conversation and it seemed like it was going well. And then one night he sent me videos of him lip syncing to Disney music, which I thought was kind of odd, but also a little bit endearing. It escalated quickly to him sending me videos of him dancing naked in the mirror, flinging his dick around while still dancing to the Disney music. I responded by screaming and then unadding him on Snapchat. Then he found me on Facebook and asked me why I unadded him. That was bad.
So I have this friend, it was her first time on Tinder. She matched with this guy, she's really into music, and she tells him this. He's like, alright, I have this sick concert I'm gonna take you to. He pulls up in his mom's minivan and takes her to his little sister's choir concert. Go Tinder.
About a few months ago, I went on a date with a really tall, attractive guy, and we went back to my dorm and cuddled a little bit, and then he kind of went in for the kiss, and he said, Julie, and then he stopped, and we looked at each other for a second, and then I laughed, and then I was like, let's not do this anymore. He was gonna show me something on his Snapchat in the memories, and I saw his ex-girlfriend's nude pictures, and then I walked him to his Uber, and he was like, we should hang out again. We did not hang out again.
Okay, one time I went on a Tinder date with this guy and he would not stop talking about Radiohead.
You're just like an angel.
So I started talking to this girl off Tinder. I was in London at the time, and so it was just a short little summer fling, you know. I'd known her for about 3 days, and then she writes me a letter professing her undying love for me and asked to do long distance from London to Oregon.
I had a friend and she got back from a date one night and she like turns to us and she goes, yeah, so I was having sex with this guy and he put a gun in me. Yeah, and we were like, what? Why did you let him do that? And she was like, I don't know, something to try. And she didn't know if it was loaded or not either, so yeah.
But my roommate went on a Tinder date with this guy and he brought her all the way to Olympia on the very first date. Didn't say where they were going and he would not bring her back until the next day.
So I went on a date with this Tinder guy and we got dinner and then went to a party. It was a solid time. The next morning he texts me asking if I want to go out again and I say I'm down to hang out, not looking for a relationship. He says, yeah, that's fine. Can you Venmo me $14 for dinner last night?
Talking to this guy on Tinder and we're just discussing our interests and I've told him that I'm interested in theater but I'm not really good at improv. Improv isn't really my thing, and a few weeks go by and we decided to hang out and he tells me when we meet up that he's planned something for us. So remember how you said you wanted to get better at improv because you're interested in theater and performance? Well, I scheduled an appointment with a couples counselor for you to get some practice. So I hope you're ready. We've been dating for 2 years. Give it your best shot. So we go ahead and do it. We meet this woman. She's so sweet. I feel so bad that we're just like taking her time telling this whole fabrication. We come up with this huge bullshit story about how he got mad at me for buying him Bruno Mars tickets. Needless to say, it was my last experience with Tinder.
So this one time, I started dating this girl off Tinder, and 3 weeks in, she asked when the marriage was gonna be.
So back in September, I went on a date with this guy, and it was going really great until the end of the date when I was about to ask him, hey, you want to go out again? And then he is like, I'm going to Thailand for a year. And so I'm like, okay. And to myself, I was thinking, okay, he doesn't want to go out with me again. Totally fine, right? It's fine. We part our ways. Then 2 weeks later, I get a Facebook request, and apparently he's actually in Thailand.
I matched with this girl, I'd seen her around, I thought she was chill. I said we should get coffee, so we made a date of it. I show up to the date and she says, this is my boyfriend. I'd like us to have a threesome.